Hi, good evening, everyone. For the last time, because this is our final session together on Podium 3. How's everyone doing? I hope fine. We are here for our final event, and we are here to talk about cybersecurity courses and training in APU. Representing APU, we have Dr. Vinesha. She's a corporate trainer. She's also a lecturer, obviously, and she's a program leader. And she'll be talking about these security courses and trainings in APU. So I hope you enjoy. Doctor, would you like to come on screen right now?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, Doctor.
Okay. Is my screen sharing? Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Vinesha, and I'm here. Thank you for the opportunity for today. And I'll be here talking about the programs and the training programs offered by Asia Pacific University. So, by all means, we welcome you for our last session for today. So, I hope you guys stay tuned till the end of the session, because we have a couple of things that we're going to show you here what we offer in APU. So, starting off first, I'm from the School of Technology in APU, and today the programs and the training that I'm going to cover here is basically whatever that is related to cybersecurity. And as we all know, cybersecurity is one of the hot topic these days, especially during the pandemic, and we're already moving towards what we call as the cyber pandemic. So the cyber pandemic is much more. I'm not saying that the COVID pandemic is all good, but the cyber pandemic comes in since every transactions, every educational industry, and every operations are being done through the internet, through online. So this opens a leeway for cyber threats to come in and perform hacking, perform some kind of attacks and things like that. So that puts the cybersecurity essence and the importance into the field for in today's world. So basically, I'm also the program leader for the cybersecurity related programs in APU. My email is there, and I'm going to talk about the programs that we have first, which is comprised of the bachelor's in computer science, which is specializing in cybersecurity. We have another branch here which focuses on digital forensics. It's another sub umbrella under the cybersecurity program. And of course, we also offer the postgraduate program for students who are interested in furthering their career, or let's say their prospects into cybersecurity. Thereafter, I'll be covering about the training certifications that we have in APU as well. So if for any further questions that you would like to ask me, you can post it in the chat box, or otherwise my email is there and you can always drop me an email. So focusing on the cybersecurity, from what we know in our campus in this field is that the demands of job in cloud computing, big data, e-commerce, it's high in priority, especially e-commerce in today's online or digital platforms, right? So with the COVID-19 creation, there is a double disruption that makes hacking, or let's say cybersecurity, a double-edged sword today. So it is said that by 2025, there will be 85 million jobs within the division of having disruptive technology, whereby we are focusing on humans and machines instead of traditional day-to-day operations of labor and job scope. So 97 million new roles may also emerge within this. And this were taken off the Future of Jobs report from the World Economics Forum 2020. Now, moving on, when we focus on the cybersecurity, see, many jobs are being filled today did not exist 20 years ago. And whatever job that existed before the COVID-19 pandemic are being shedding out and being replaced by this kind of jobs that has a relation to IT, and especially where we look forward into the security aspects of it, we focus on the cybersecurity section as well. So what is being said at the end of last year is that 60% of job will be completely new, and we require the skills, the experience, the exposure that you can get to be able to fill in to the 60% of job. And 60% is a huge number, you and I both know that. So focusing on our programs that we have in APU, I'm going to start off with the digital forensic program here. So we have something called the Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science as the umbrella, and we specialize in digital forensics. Now, focusing on digital forensic here is that you are focusing on the career part where after an incident has occurred. So that is your specialty here, because we cannot deny that since last year to this year, every day, if you look at the news of industrial sectors being hacked, Magellan Health, especially the pharmaceutical health industry, and in fact education industry are being a victim of cyber threat today, mainly because of the infrastructure, the skill set and experience of the key stakeholders within this industry. They're not well equipped to protect themselves, since operations were more on a manual basis before the pandemic had hit us. So focusing on this particular program gives us the opportunity of focusing on career options which are related to you can be a digital forensic investigator, where you come in after a cyber attack has been launched, or you focus on incidents response and all these kind of things. Otherwise, you can also focus on being a forensic compliance officer, whereby you go into the industry now, you assess the infrastructure, you assess the whole business process, and you see whether the infrastructure are there in place in terms of forensic compliance. You can become a forensic computer forensic analyst, sorry, or even the cyber defense forensic analyst. So some of the modules, or we call it a specialized module that we have in this program, are security and forensic technology. We cover both security and forensic as well, because you can't just be a specialized forensic investigator without understanding the whole umbrella of cybersecurity. We offer ethical hacking and incident response. Practical CTF means capture the flag strategies, advanced forensic methods, mobile forensic, legal and professional practices in the cyber world, as well as deep learning and intrusion detection. So this is for those students or anyone who wants to take up the cybersecurity related part, but they want to probably what you call equip themselves or go move towards the digital forensic pathway. And then obviously moving on to the next one, this is one of the hottest program that we have in APU, is the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, focusing on cybersecurity. So here we cover the entire umbrella of cybersecurity. You can become a consultant or a specialist on your own. You can even become a security incident response analyst. You can become what we call a cyber threat intelligence advisor. Now, the word threat intelligence here is a rather posh word to replace the digital intelligence or cyber security. So threat intelligence is basically how we as key people in the cybersecurity field intelligently remove or totally eradicate these threats within the organization. Otherwise, you can also become an ethical hacker, or even a more formalized word that we use for ethical hackers in the industry is what we call as penetration tester. So more or less, the specialized module that are covered in the cybersecurity are somewhat similar to the digital forensic. Of course, we don't have the advanced forensic methods and so on, because you are specializing yourself under the umbrella of cybersecurity. So you can see that you will be learning added modules on advanced cybersecurity, vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, and advanced software security. And finally, we also move into the Masters in Cybersecurity program. Now, this is for sorry about the slides here; it's a bit up here. Now, this is for those who have completed their, let's say, degree program, and they would like to focus on the Masters in Cybersecurity postgraduate program. Now, the key factor or the key advantage of our Masters in Cybersecurity program in APU is that we allow for non-computing background students, or anybody who wants to take up the Masters in Cybersecurity program, regardless if you are from a computer science background or not, you can always take up this program, because we offer the one that you see on the right side here. We offer a prerequisite crash course for the students to take up 3 different modules: cybersecurity, digital forensic, and cybersecurity tools before going into the master's program. So in the past in APU, we have quite a variety of students coming from different background. We have quite a number of students coming from the health background. We have a doctor that is actually pursuing the masters in cybersecurity and completed the program. In fact, we have those coming from infrastructure design, psychology. We have a variety of number of students coming from different backgrounds, and they are still eligible to take up the masters in cybersecurity because we offer them the prerequisite module, provided they pass this prerequisite module, and then they will be able to go into the program. So we have some other optional modules. If you want to know more about what are the core modules we cover in cybersecurity postgraduate program, you can always head up to our website in APU's official website, and you can go under the postgraduate programs that we offer. So one of the value added advantage that we have under the masters in cybersecurity is that we have quite a number of industry collaboration projects where our students actually collaborate with industries such as Acutinex and many others out there in terms of completing their project. And as well as, since it's a master's in cybersecurity postgraduate level, a slightly higher level where people focus on jobs such as being in managerial positions, consultants, and so on. So we have industry standard certifications that are embedded in the master's program as well. So when this thing kicks into the program, students are actually eligible to basically take up some certification with a very small amount of subsidized fees that are integrated in the program and get themselves certified as well as being a graduate of a master's in cybersecurity program. Because as we know, being a postgraduate program in the postgraduate professional, the academic side gives you the qualification that you need. But we all know that in cybersecurity, we focus on skills and exposure, and the important skill set that one should have before going into the industry or any sort of field work. So due to that, we have opened it, and we have given the opportunity for our students to get certified as well, as part of their journey in their masters in cybersecurity program. So these are the three programs that are related to cybersecurity and digital forensic that we offer in APU. However, we will move on to the additional infrastructure that we have as well. So looking at this, venturing into cybersecurity could actually help in certain ways, because if we look at the global cybercrime damage by 2021, this is quite recent. We for a fact, based on the Cybersecurity Ventures 2020, you can see that $16.4 billion are being lost. Companies are facing losses of $16.4 billion per day. And if you calculate it by the second, as every second passes, it's about $190,000 spent worldwide. So focusing on the job, you see 74% of the job listings has gone up in the past 5 years, and we anticipate for the job opportunities in this field to grow further in the coming next 5 years. And what's worse is that in current times, there are about 1 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs worldwide waiting to be filled by people who are actually excelling in this particular field. A career in information security analysis, fifth on the list of best technology jobs, and the average salary that you get under this field is quite promising. It is the minimum or the average that we can look at is about 88,000 or close to 90,000 dollars per year in cities such as New York and the European side of the country. But the problem here is that it has not been a career field for as long as other tech areas. As we know, it has been in the last 5 years or so when it came up. So this is an awareness that should be directed to all those individuals who are interested in this field out there. And if you look at the annual report, there are $6 trillion of cybercrime damage cost to hit by end of this year, and we are already halfway there. A 238% rise in attacks on banks and attacks on cloud server was observed in the first half of last year alone. So this kind of what we call as survey or evidences are enough for us to know that the demand in the cybersecurity area will continue to grow. And to fulfill those criteria or fill those jobs that are available, basically it's very simple. You got to get yourself certified, or you got to upskill yourself in terms of the fields, attack, security, and whatnot. So I'm going to focus on this part where I'm going to show you some of the resources that we have in APU. We have we have a couple of labs and softwares and technologies that we provide to our students. So what you can see here is basically the generic side of technology. We of course we have other programs other than cybersecurity. So we offer all this kind of tools in APU for SAP, Visual Studio, Azure, NetBeans, and so on. But moving towards the higher end of technology, what you can see here, this is an example of our labs. So we have a couple of labs like this. We have a lab that is focused on Apple. So we have all our Apple Mac machines here for students to work around with. We got the Alienware lab as well as you can see here and here, these are the alienware labs that we offer to our students. So our technology are quite high end here, but focusing on cybersecurity. So this is our key point here today. In APU, we have something that we call as the cybersecurity talent zone. We call that as CTZ, and we have a couple of smaller labs within it. So what can you see in the first picture and the second picture is what we have as we call them as our what is this called, cyber range. So this is the design, and we offer laptops, and it's built based on consistent planning and design and the lighting and everything down here. Now moving on to what we offer in the cyber range is basically our cyber range is a full-fledged cyber threat simulation and response center. It is included within the cybersecurity talent zone. This is where our talent zone are, and the cyber range are basically in it. Now the key area about our cyber range is that it has the latest technology and a military grade cyber defense system provided for our students, for our cybersecurity students, regardless whether you're doing a bachelor's or whether you're doing a postgraduate, or in fact you're doing any training related to cybersecurity. So the military grade cyber defense system was built to enable students to understand and formulate defense strategy in a simulated scenario here, and they are able to actually practice the entire chain of cyber defense, preparing them to deal with the real world cyber threats as they graduate and go into the industry. So this is one of the hottest key feature that we have here in APU. And this picture, if you look on the bottom right here, this is our SOC center, our Security Operations Center. Now we have a fully functional SOC center in APU. This SOC center is used to provide students with hands-on experience on cybersecurity operation platform, where the students will be able to monitor live data, perform real-time monitoring, incidents response, incidents handling, fortifying network defenses with global threat intelligence, and launching faster response on cybersecurity incident. And the thing here with our bachelor's program in cybersecurity is that all our cybersecurity students are allowed to access all this lab, and they have this sort of like a requirement as part of their degree program where they have to clock in 50 hours of experience handling in the security operations center. So as and when they finish their 50 hours dealing with the the security operations center, or what we call it as SOC, they will get a certificate. And as they graduate, they do not only graduate with a cybersecurity degree, they also graduate with a a certification that shows that they have 50 hours, a minimum of 50 hours experience in the security operations center, so that when they graduate and they go back into the industry, they will have like a handful amount of experience in dealing with it, instead of going into the industry and starting it fresh. So this is our talent zone. um, we within the talent zone, we also have our Cisco Networking Academy. Now, of course, this is focusing on the network wing of the programs that we offer in APU. But under the cybersecurity program, we also have modules that covers routing and switching technology, network security, LAN and WAN network, and so on. So our students will also be using this particular lab design with all their servers, everything built in here, for them to learn how to hack, or perhaps protect their network security and infrastructure. Of course, students are also given the opportunity to get themselves certified under the Cisco Networking Academy. Example like this CCNA, CCNP certifications in APU, and this guy down here, he is one of our lecturer in networking, which basically guides our student. Apart from the standard teaching and learning and certification, workshops are given to students on a monthly basis for those students who want to venture more, to learn more and find their niche area in network security. We also have the research center here in APU, where we call it as FSAC, Forensic and Cybersecurity Research Center, operated under our talent zone as well, led by our head of FSEC, Dr. Julia. So basically what happens here is we have researches that have been done in collaboration with industries and our own students and lecturers as well, in working on projects that are related to forensic and cybersecurity. So under this wing, our research area, our research focus is on attacks and whatever that collaborated with the industry standard projects as well. So that is the research center. And this one is Premier Digital Tech University. Now, AP was awarded the Premier Digital Tech University in 2017 by the Ministry of Higher Education and MDEC, after what we call a comprehensive audit of our resources and our infrastructure that we provide in APU. And getting this award of this Premier Digital Tech University puts APU in a very top league, or we call it as Ivy League in Malaysia, offering digital tech programs. Now, this award was renewed in 2019 for another 3 years, and giving us this status of being a premier digital tech university by MDEC actually allows or places APU to be one of the first choice of university for school leavers. um, because of this joint collaboration as well, they offer fully sponsored training, conferences, seminars for not only our students, for our staff as well to attend and upskill themselves. They also assist us in various agreements between APU, MDAT, and other industries such as DXP, CyberSec, Talent Zone, and several other sponsorship for all our intervarsity competitions. So we're going to move on to competitions in a bit. Now we have a couple of hackathons, we call it as cyber hackathons, that are conducted on a yearly basis. So some of these hackathons, they are also sponsored by MDEC, and our own students, our own APU students are the ones that join these competitions, and you'll see in the coming next slides. So some of our active industrial partners that are tied up with APU are basically what you can see on the screen. Not limited to this, but these are just some that I can show you here. We are tied up with Google Academy, Oracle, SAS, MDEC, obviously, Amazon, Hilti. We had students going for Hilti competitions as well that we'll show you in a bit. Cellcom, telecommunication company, and KPMG as well. So this kind of collaboration with industry gives us some of the value added initiative here, because we also have our annual industry meetings with all these industry collaborators to review our programs and tell us what are the latest programs or latest teams that we should include in our program. MDEC sponsored professional certified trainings, and mentioned before, for both staffs and students. Gives us the opportunity to send our internship students to all this industry, whatever collaboration that we have, jobs placement projects, and quarterly or perhaps annually now, due to the pandemic, we have certain types of talks, seminar, and training, and also guest lecture. Of course, now during the pandemic, the visit is halt a bit. And very importantly, we usually have intervarsity competitions. And even in the pandemic now, our intervarsity competitions are being done virtually, where the students are accessing, and we have some of the competitions where the students stay up for a whole 5 hours or 12 hours in the competition, and usually they usually bag the top three achievements in the competition. So as I mentioned before, these industry collaborations, they act as our industry advisory panel, where we also have a yearly meetings with them to upgrade our programs or sort of get a feedback and review and so on. So this is some of the student competitions that we had in 2020. So if you can see here, these are some of our students who joined the team. This team of APU students, they are called Pest Killer Bot. They have beaten up 27 teams from 27 different countries, including Germany, China, and India. They came up to the top at the global championship at the 9th annual Ethos IT Challenge in 2020. So these are students coming from a intelligence system. We have the ISS and the cloud computing program as well. So it's innovative, and they took about 9 months of preparation, and they actually bagged the champions of that. And we also have this F Secure, which is an annual competition, and this is also our champions for 2020. This F Secure is basically a competition in collaboration with MDAC. We also have many other challenges related to cybersecurity, such as those intervarsity challenges that are organized by SilentSec, Cyber 8 Labs in Australia. So the one that you can see here is basically what I just mentioned. This is a virtual competition that took place around the globe, and our teams here, we've got two teams here, they have participated in the competition at our cyber range itself, and they competed among 12 participating teams from 9 different countries, and they sat there for 5 hours. So these are our first year, second year students, and we've got our third year students in cybersecurity, and they actually bagged the top two champions of the challenge. So then we have some of them in 2021. We have this Cisco National Packet Tracer Challenge, which our student has bagged champion as well. And APU has been the gold winner of Best Cybersecurity Provider in the last 3 consecutive years. So that is basically covering the programs that we have in APU. Now, moving on, since I know time is a bit of a limit here right now, so I'm going to go really quickly to another thing that we have in APU. Is not just these programs, because as I mentioned before, cybersecurity is a skilled profession, right? So basically, not just the academic programs that you need, you also need to upskill yourself. And I got a good news there for you guys as well at the end of the slide, at the end of the session. So please don't go anywhere. So what we have in APU is this thing called APU Certified Cybersecurity Engineer Certification, what we call as ACCE. It is a joint collaboration between APU and Rochester, New York, and we offer the students this certification where it is purely hands-on, where apart from learning theory and whatever that is planned in your program, they can come into this certification and get a whole practical knowledge and experience on launching attacks, securing them, and many other things. So why get yourself certified? Because it increases your competitive advantage out there. It increases your potential, boosts your efficiency, establish your credibility. Certs boost your resume quickly, and you also, very importantly, grow your knowledge and skills in this field. So why choose ACCE? This is basically just survey or stats. See, 95% of security breaches are due to human error. 38% of global organizations are prepared, only 38. So the remaining 60 plus is still not prepared. Top 10% of job opportunity in Malaysia is related to cybersecurity. And this is, for me, it's the best here. The percentage of women in cybersecurity workforce is 21, and in the world, it's less than 10%. So we need more women coming and, joining and getting themselves into this certifications. So in the year 2020, the demand for talent itself is 10,500, but we have our stats earlier. So this is some of the review given by our past students. They are all cybersecurity and forensic students who decided to take up the program as well. So it really boosts up their hacking and cybersecurity skills. So one of the modules that we cover in this ACC program is we teach you how to become a Linux ninja, because basically in cybersecurity, we focus on command line scriptings, and your Linux background has to be there. And of course, they cover extreme hacking next generation courses, which is a 35 hours duration course. So this is just some of the information that you have for the ACC that is going to commence soon. But you guys can always go onto our website, drop us an email to understand better. But this is where I wanted to focus on. So this is just a few. I have actually another document. If you want to see it later, I can show you, of the entire modules that are covered in this training. Yes, you learn OOP, you learn how to crack password, hacking cloud networks, you learn how to launch phishing attacks, web application, malware, and you're not learning theory here. You're learning hands-on, and you launch this attack in a very contained environment because we have our own virtual machine embedded in the program as well, where websites, web applications are already prepared for you to launch actual hacking. So this is just a few to show. We have about 24, 25 different modules in this particular program. And if you are certified, let's say you take up this program, of course, you have an examination at the end of the program. It's a 2 hours examination with only 90 questions, which is a multiple choice question, and the passing rate is 70%. Now, once you're certified, you will get two certification. One is for the Rochester Certified Cybersecurity Engineer (RCCE), and the other as the ACC APU Certified Cybersecurity Engineer. And here's the trainer. I'm sure you know me by now. So this is just a bit of a brief introduction by me, and these are all my certifications that I have with me. And what, okay, this is the exciting news here that I can share with you guys is the RCC or the ACC that we offer in APU. Yes, it is not free, but there is an amount that you have to pay, which you can access. You can drop us an email, of course. But now we have this exciting news that you might be able to take ACC for free. Now, we have the Perkeso and two different bodies here, governmental bodies, Perkeso and Yayasan Peneraju program, which you can actually be certified. You can join our program for free if you have recently been retrenched. You can join the ACC for free. It'll be covered by Perkeso. If you are a newly hired professional after 21st December 2020, you can also take up the ACC program for free at APU. Or for the Yayasan Peneraju program, if you are a Bumi Putra working professionals with less than 3 years of working experience, write into us, get in touch with us. You can actually take the program for take this, be certified for free. So those of you who wants or you are interested in the certification, you can take a screenshot or something with this number here, WhatsApp, or even email them. But of course, if you're interested in our programs that we offer, the three programs in cybersecurity, you can always drop us an email as well. And with that, I will end my session with a quote. Now, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. And now with the pandemic that is going on, take your time, invest in your knowledge, invest in your education, invest in certifying and upskilling yourself. That's the best investment you can make despite hard times today. And thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. That was a nice quote, and that's a very nice guy, Malcolm X. I love that guy. So we don't have any questions from the live feed. Um,
Mhm,
so it's safe to assume that it was crystal clear, the presentation. So that's the assumption we draw from that.
mhm.
But if there are any questions, they can always email it to you, right? Your email
Yes,
address
that's
was in
right.
the first slide. Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
If they want extra information about APU, of course, there's a official website,
Yes.
correct,
There
and
is an
then
official website. Yeah.
and there's a Facebook page.
Yeah, there's a Facebook page, official website, and they can
And do they have a
basically,
booth? Do they have a booth over here? I think they do, right?
yeah, they do, I think.
Okay. So yeah, everything's there. So, Doctor, do you mind if I close the event,
Yeah, sure,
the
no
session?
problem.
Okay. So, thank you once again, Doctor, and thank you to APU for having you over here. And that was a brilliant presentation. And thank you to everyone who attended, the audience. Gratitude from CYDES, and from Podium 3, and from myself, as this is my last session. And I hope to see you guys again in the next event. And I hope to see you again as well, Doctor, in the next event. And maybe I'll see you in MSU. I mean, I'm sorry, MSU, but APU. Maybe I'll see in APU because I have to get my degree done somewhere. So yeah, I'm quite convinced that the APU is a good place to go. So, Doctor, thank you very much, and we
Thanks
could
so much.
end the live stream now.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everyone.